Hey everybody, how's it going? I want to do something a little different today. I want to tell you a little story about something that happened to me several years ago. It was something that happened. I was in a pretty bad wreck, and this is a story I've never really told many people about this because I guess maybe some people they may not believe it or something, and they're just talking about it, it brings up the memories of what happened that day. But I was in a wreck. What happened? My dad, the two of us, we went and got my stepmom's car. It had been in the garage. They were having something worked on. I don't remember what. And he wanted us to go get her car and take it back home. So we went and picked it up. He was driving it, and I was driving his pickup. And we got to an intersection. He got through the intersection, and I got T-boned, and I got spun around in the road. The guy that hit me, he caught me right he hit me in the passenger side there. He caught the corner of the cab on the truck and hit the bedside. Did a lot of damage to the truck. Spun me around in the road, and if you've never been in that situation, you sitting in a car or truck and it spins around, you have no control. You're looking out the windshield, all you see is a blur. You're hanging on for the ride. There's nowhere you can go, nothing you can do, just hang on and wait for it to finish. But I spun around in the road, and when the truck quit spinning, you're sitting there, you don't know really where you're at, you're just disoriented. And I looked kind of over to my left, and I was just gradually turning my head, looking, trying to get my bearings, figure out where I was at. I remember as I was turning my head, I put the truck in park and switched off the ignition. I don't even know if the truck was still running or not. I have no idea. It was a really hard hit. I don't even know if the truck was running, but I remember putting it in park, switching off the ignition. And as I was turning my head to the right, I noticed over on the passenger side of the truck, there was a fairly large fire burning there in the road. And that scared me. I mean, I don't care who you are, that's going to scare you when you see something like that. I didn't know what had happened at the time, but he had a 5-gallon gas can in the bed of the truck. And it was one of those old metal gas cans, the kind, they were in two pieces. You had a bottom and a top, and they were welded around it. And the impact was so hard, it caused that gas can to break in two. That weld seam just split open, it broke in two. And during the course of the can breaking open, I guess something sparked or something, I don't know. But it had set the gas on fire. That gas had flew out in the road. That's what was burning. But I didn't know that at the time. When I saw that fire, the first thing that popped in my head was gas tank on the truck had busted. And that put the thought in my head, this thing is going to explode. And I was hustling, trying to get out of that truck. My dad, he was in the car, he was up in front of me, and he said he actually heard the impact. He heard this loud boom and looked up in the rearview mirror, and he said that he saw a fireball, and the truck was spinning, coming sideways, spinning out of that fireball. That's what he saw. But I was wrestling with that seatbelt, trying to get it unhooked and trying to get the door open. Just as I was getting ready to open the door, and I was looking at that fire, that's what had my attention. Just as I was getting ready to pull the door handle to open the door, there was a man. It's like he appeared out of nowhere. He He had a fire extinguisher, and he was dressed all in white. He had on a white t-shirt, white pants, all white. And he had a fire extinguisher, and he started spraying the fire. And as soon as he did, the flames, they just went down. They went out. I got the truck door open, and the truck, it's got an extended cab on it. I've still got that truck. My dad had it fixed. He drove it there for several more years, and he finally gave it to me a few years ago. I've still got that same truck today that I was in that wreck with. But the truck has an extended cab. I got out. I took like maybe 2 steps, and I was there beside the bed on the driver's side. I looked over on the passenger side, and that man was gone. I looked all around. I didn't see that man again. My dad, he never mentioned anything about seeing nobody that was out there at the scene of that wreck. Nobody mentioned anything about seeing that man in white with that fire extinguisher. It's like he appeared out of nowhere and almost like he disappeared into thin air. I've never really told many people about this. It's just something that's been on my mind, from time to time. That hits my mind, just what happened that day, and that mysterious man with the fire extinguisher. I don't know who he was, or maybe what he was. I have no idea. It's just a little strange thing that happened, and I don't know. I was thinking about it. I just wanted to kind of share that with you. It's just something strange that happened. I just wanted to share it. If you've ever had anything like that happen to you, I'd like to hear about it. Drop a comment. Let me know if you've ever experienced anything strange like that. It's just one of those odd things, just something strange. I just wanted to share that with everybody. I appreciate you watching.